Hey guys, this is Retro Robot here, just posting a new video because I just got a couple things that I ordered from Tradera in the mail, and I don't know why, but it was actually in our mailbox. Usually when we get packages of a certain size, say something about this size, they leave a slip and we have to go and pick it up at the supermarket, the local hem shop that we have over here. But this one was actually in, holy shit, cool. I just realized what this one is. This one was actually in the mailbox, so I didn't have to go over on this rainy, shitty day in Gothenburg to go and pick it up, which really surprised me. And I also got a second package, which I think I also know what this one is. And it's not very nicely packaged, considering what I'm pretty sure is in here. So let's open this one up because it's the smaller of the two. And again, like I said, I got this on Tradera, which is, I'm butchering the name because I'm not very good with Swedish just yet. It's a small auction company that was bought out by eBay a few years ago, so it's like a subsidiary company of eBay, Swedish eBay, put it that way. The prices are not fantastic, but sometimes you can get some decent deals. And by decent deals, I mean according to Sweden, it's a decent deal. Let's open this up without further ado. In this package is Star Tropics. It's the NTSC, the US version, which is really awesome because I like to collect for NTSC as opposed to the PAL stuff. The PAL stuff is alright, but the thing is I have an NTSC system that I modded to be region free by disabling the lockout chip, so the games run a little faster. But I'm always on the lookout for NTSC games. Well, specifically NTSC US. I think there was Canadian games too, but I'm not sure actually. This looks great. You can't see it over here. But on the back it says McVan's Video Game Trader. 3 locations: west, north, east, and then it has the phone numbers on there. They start with 436-5497, but there's no area codes. I have no idea where this could be. Buy 'em, beat 'em, trade 'em. It's kind of funny. I kind of like seeing labels like this on the back because then it tells you the history of the game and stuff like that. I hate it when they put it over the, you know, the actual Nintendo label on the back. There's no reason for them to have done that. It's just gonna ruin the label. Anyway, there's a little bit of paint spatter, which I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of on the back of the cartridge. And they could have easily put this stupid orange label on here, but I don't know why they didn't do that. It looks like whoever sold it to me had tried to lift up the orange label and remove it, but it started pulling up the gold Nintendo label on the back there. Quick trick that you can do to remove these kinds of labels, it doesn't work on all of them, but it does work on a vast majority of them, is you take a hairdryer and you blow it over the label for a decent amount of time, and then you just start slowly sort of pulling it up on it. And what the heat does is it makes the adhesive sort of more tacky, more fluid. It melts it essentially, and then you can just, you know, remove it like as if it's a fresh sticker as opposed to this old tacky adhesive crap. So I got this game for 84 crowns shipped, which is about $12 and change, which is not bad for a shipped product. I looked it up on eBay. The average for a cartridge loose like this is about $5, and then the shipping over to Sweden would have been like $10, I think. So I saved like $2, $3, $2 and change, whatever, in the shipping. See, prioritizing things like, well, not prioritizing, but taking into account things like shipping has become a huge deal for me now, because vendors who are based in the US, which is where you're going to get, obviously in Europe, where you're going to get a lot of your NTSC products, they will, on larger items, offer, and if they're a big enough vendor, they will offer free shipping or reasonable shipping within, you know, the continental US. But now that I'm living in Gothenburg, Sweden, I have to think about the shipping and also importing charges, which I got bitten on really badly about a year and a half ago. I bought these huge NTSC Nintendo lots with, I wound up getting over 100 games, like 115, 120 games in the lot with like 3 systems, and you know, I was pretty gung-ho about it to get such a large collection, and I got it for a pretty decent price until the shipping, and then I still justified it by breaking things down on a per item level. I still per game paid pretty decently, about $3 per game, and a decent amount for the systems once I broke it down. What I didn't know about though was the import charges, is that if you import anything from outside of the EU, you have to pay an import fee. So I got slapped with something like a nearly $100 import fee for the 2 large packages that I got. But anyway, so I scored myself a copy of Star Tropics, like I said, for a little over $7 shipped. Let's talk about the game a little bit. I don't know much about it. I just know that it takes place in the modern world, like Earthbound does. I think it was a US developed game. I know it takes place in a tropical island, obviously because of the name. I remember seeing the commercials for it when I was a kid and being really kind of intrigued by it. This was coming out at the end of the Nintendo's life cycle, from what I remember. And it looked pretty dope. But they did a pretty good job of advertising this game on TV. And I remember seeing the commercials all the time while watching G.I. Joe or something like that.
I'm talking to these dolphins, and I'm sneaking around graveyards and shooting zombies and finding undersea tunnels, and then my sub cracks up on the rocks. And the next thing I know, I'm cruising inside a whale. Whoa! Oh, new game from Nintendo, man! Tropics! Every chapter's like another adventure, so it's like a whole slew of games in one.
I don't know much about it. I never played it on an emulator. I've heard good things about it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It was worth this, you know, $7 that I paid for it, especially since it's in such fucking great condition. Like I said, paint spatters on the back, you can get rid of that with a little bit of acetone or Windex or whatever else. This, I'll use a hairdryer to remove the label. I might just keep it on there just because it's something nostalgic. Anybody who rented games when they were a kid, you know, or their parents rented a game from them, they always had a stupid sticker like this on the back. Awesome score, got it in decent shape. Surprisingly, it was a pretty flimsy bag, but... Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's open this up. I know what's in here, but let's see. What's in here is cut carefully. Don't cut anything inside. Haha! Yes! Oh, that was really quick. The guy put it in the mail about 2 days ago, and it just arrived. SFX converter! Woohoo! We're just talking about PAL and NTSC games, and one of the issues that I have is, of course, that when I do find games out in the wild, which is very rare, they're all of them the PAL version. So I always have to walk away from them because I have a Japanese Super Famicom in the other room that I play my games on. My US Super Nintendo is off in New York. I didn't bring that with me. I brought very little with me. So I actually found a really good deal on a Japanese Super Famicom on eBay from a really great trader whose name escapes me right now. Anyway, I have a Japanese Super Famicom. So when I do get my US collection over here, I want to continue using that system and not my US one, just because I like the looks of the Famicom, Super Famicom better than the US one. So I needed a converter, and I needed to convert it to be able to collect some PAL games too. And so the SFX converter, this one supports games with the SFX chip on them, supposedly. So I can play, you know, Star Fox or Stunt Race FX or Yoshi's Island or whatever else, supposedly without an issue. So this is model number DIS-SFC02. And instructions on the side here say, if you want to play the Japanese version game cartridges on the American console of Super Nintendo, load the game cartridges in A and or B slot and select the corresponding switch. If you want to play the American version game cartridges on the Japanese console or of Super Nintendo, load the game cartridges in A and or B slot and select the corresponding switch. If you want to play the American or Japanese versions game cartridges on the European console of a Super Nintendo or PAL system, load the American or Japanese version game cartridge in A slot and any European version game cartridge in B slot, and then select switch X. And that's what's nice about this. It does everything. It'll do European to NTSC also. So this will allow me to play, you know, PAL games on the Famicom, Super Famicom. So this is quite nice. I wound up getting this for a pretty good deal. I've seen this very rarely on eBay. When I have seen it, it's gone for upwards of 65 bucks. I wound up getting this for 179 crowns shipped, which is in the ballpark of about 33 bucks. So I think I got a pretty good deal considering it's also boxed. It's in pretty good shape too. There's some yellowing on the side here, but that's just, I guess this is from the period and it was actually used. It's got some average wear and tear. I went on the guy's Tradera page to see if he was selling anything else. He wasn't. It was just this one thing. That's a good thing to keep an eye out on when you're collecting on Tradera, especially on Tradera, but on eBay, maybe you guys know this. If you find an item that you like, you go and look at the guy's other items. If he's selling something like this, odds are he has imports that, you know, he might be willing to part with, right? So if you're in the market for foreign games, look for people who are selling converters. If you see a Honeybee converter out there, go and check out the rest of his stuff. Odds are he's gonna have a Famicom or Super Famicom game, or, you know, if you're in Europe and you're interested in NTSC games, he's gonna have probably, you know, some US stuff that might not have been released, you know, in Europe. So really happy about this. Can't wait to test it. Anyway, those are two of the things that I got in the mail today. I have a couple more things coming from eBay, actually from the States. This guy is selling Super Famicom, Super Nintendo save card, memory card. What it is, it's a device that's powered either by batteries or it has a pass-through cable. And this giant contraption thing, what it does is you plug in your Super Famicom or Nintendo game into it, or in the back or whatever, and it allows you to do state saves on, it claims to be compatible with 199 games. So I've heard mixed reviews on this thing, but I don't care. This thing sounds cool. It's an oddity. It's something that a collector like me would really love to have in his system. In his collection. But I bought two of them just to be on the safe side because they were relatively inexpensive, relatively unknown items. I'm not going to find them out in the wild. Those two, as far as I know, would probably be the only ones anywhere in Gothenburg. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I have those coming, and I think those are pretty neat. I can't wait to play around with them. Hopefully they're in working condition. The guy claims they're new. And we'll see. We'll do a little review of those things when they come up. Here's the part where I ask you a couple of questions. Are you into a specific region? Or if you're in a PAL region like I am now, and depending on your country that you're in within that region, do you collect for the region or do you collect per country? Do you only want German releases? Do you only want SCN Swedish releases? If you're in the States, are you against PAL games? Even if you have a converter or even if you have a modified system, will you play those games? How often do you mix and match within your game collection? Do you really just shy away from all other regions just because you want a kind of a weird region pure gaming collection? Let me know. Put a comment in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button. Is that a thing on YouTube? But do the like thing, please, because it means a lot to me. Not because I'm making money off of this video, but just because I'd like to know that people are watching. So basically, yeah, this is sort of a video diary of my experiences in collecting games at flea markets in a different culture, in a different region than I'm used to playing, and how that affects me as a gamer, and how I kind of start perceiving the box that I had sort of built up for myself about what it is that I perceive to be valuable in gaming and why. So that's the question I'm asking you too. I want to hear your perspectives on it. So go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe, please, because please. Because why not? I ran out of shit to say. I've been rambling for so long, I ran out of shit to say. So I got this in the mail, and I got it in the mail, and I got it in the mail, and I got it in the mail. I'm gonna say that 100 times. What the fuck is the point of putting that in the video? That was stupid. Okay.